The Carers Association was set up arising out of Dublin Council for the Aged, which was an umbrella group, and the issue of a couple of carers was spoken about at those meetings. A carer is a person who is looking after a relative, or it might be a friend, in their own home, and they're unpaid for doing that job. Often a carer looking after an elderly relative, or indeed looking after a child who has a disability. The key thing is there's a disability or an illness or an extreme frailty whereby the person needs a carer within the home, or they couldn't stay within their own home. The Carers Association was formed in 1987. It's 25 years now in existence, and it started off from 4 or 5 people coming together and deciding they needed to address carers' issues and setting up support groups and advocacy and information. And it grew from that to its present day, whereby it's now a national organisation employing about 280 people and with a budget turnover of about 5 million per annum. One strategy we adopted was to approach the census office to try and see could we get a question around carers' role within the census. And we succeeded in the census of 2002. That was the first one to ask a question: do you provide unpaid help or assistance, and so on. And if you said you did to that question, you were then asked to tick off one of 4 boxes which grouped hours per week. And the first box asked you, do you provide 1 to 14 hours a week? And the last box was, do you provide 43 hours or more? So that was key to us in gathering information. So for the first time we could put a figure on the number of carers nationally. And that census showed there was 163,000. Now, subsequent to that, the census offices themselves has carried out a sampling survey in 2009, and they feel that the figure of 163,000 is off by about 70%. They would feel the number should be around 270 odd thousand carers. And indeed the census of 2011, the results of that will be out in the end of this year, and we estimated, putting a modest value of €10 an hour, that carers' contribution to the economy based on the 2006 census was over 3 billion per annum. Now we reckon, if the Census Office own statistics are right in the 2011 census, that figure to our economy will go up to about 5 billion annually, the value of carers' contribution to the economy. If you look at the breakdown of those 4 boxes and you look at the carers who are providing full-time care, in other words they're at home full-time, many of those are providing in excess of 100 hours per week. So you can see that immediately that is in contravention of paid workers' working conditions. The working hours wouldn't allow you to do that. Health and safety regulations wouldn't allow you to do that.